lot of punching
Yeah.
music going in now. Like I hear. I remember one time when people talk down on it, it's not popular. They ain't want to mix it.
Yeah.
It take too
It
long.
take too long. Yeah.
You know, you gotta tell them where it started, man.
Man, they know where the fuck that shit started at, man. Man,
It wasn't popular.
these 90s babies who doing that punch in shit right now, bruh, y'all ain't came up with that shit. Y'all ain't, don't think Lil Wayne even started doing that shit. Like, Wayne was punching, but Wayne was writing and, I mean, well, Wayne might have been punching back then, you know, during the droughts, doing the drought mixtape season, 7, 6, like up in that little era. He might have been punching, but that's when we started doing music and shit. And I can honestly say, like, our first album, that was wrote 8 days and 8 days and Hip Hop Yearbook. Those two was wrote. But everything else after that, we was punching. I'm talking about all day long. Punch, punch, punch. Like, that's how we just started getting good at the shit. And I can tell, like, now when I listen to artists, I like what they saying. I might like the beat. I like the vibe that they kicking off and shit. But when I listen to their punches, I know that they not professional punchers. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no voice control. They don't know how to control their voice, so their voice sounds the same every single bar. So this bar might sound low, this bar might sound high, but that might be also the engineers. But you can't blame everything on the engineers, because if you go in there and do the shit right, guess what? You make their job so much easier. So you just gotta try to say that shit right. Don't just go in there whole yelling all loud and shit, and then I'm in the studio, I'm paying, so the engineer go fix this shit. No, go in this whole, say that whole right, get your tones together, and then punch the correct way. I like the punching and shit that these young niggas doing now, but
I feel like the youngins, they beginning process is a lot better than it was back in the day. They don't really have a chance to be whack, put it like that.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times they go in the studio, they make a song, that song going out that week.
And that whole taking off that week.
It is taking off that week.
Yeah.
And that's probably the difference between now and back in the day.
Who listening to it also determines how good it is, because you're not growing up around people in a musical era where everybody does music, like the 60s. Everybody did music. It was 4 niggas standing on the corner singing on every block in the 60s. Everybody wanted to sing. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody came out they mom singers. Everybody. It was so much talent in that era, in the 60s, late 50s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so much talent in that era, and it seemed like just, you know, it's not like that now, because the listeners have changed. It's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this shit, it's gonna be lit, and then, okay, what's next? So that's why niggas making songs short now.
Yeah.
The average song might be 2 minutes. Nigga might even put a hook on that bitch.
That's definitely.
He go rap for 2 minutes, and he go rhyme for 2 minutes. That hoe go off, go to the next song. That shit ain't gonna have no hook on it. Nigga go name the song, no hook.
Yeah, like most critics say right now, most music critics, they say you only got about 5 seconds when the song starts.
Yeah. Oh.
Keep them engaged.
And you know what?
Or they clicking on something else.
Females and kids. Those are the ones you need to try to market your music to. Because if women don't like it and kids don't like it, then you out of here. That shit dead. If the kids don't go to bopping to it soon that shit come on, that shit dead. Throw that hoe in the trash, go back to the yo, make something else. See, I know my demographic when it comes to making music is that ain't no kids gonna be listening to this shit that I make, because this grown folk music, you know? So this shit just gonna be game at this point. I ain't doing all that slime or ops and all that shit. That shit, nigga been over that shit. That shit was 20 years ago, bro. Nigga grown as fuck now. That shit, that's kid shit. That shit wasn't about nothing then. That shit ain't about nothing now.
It ain't about nothing now either.
And you get some money, man.
Right.
That shit weak. Nigga go find out.